Indeed, 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 indeed. Best club in the land. Best club in the land. Ah, no, nobody's better. Nobody's better, people. Do me a favor, people. Hit that subscription button, notification button, and like button, and all that good stuff. I appreciate that. And today we're going to be doing obviously Premier League talk. I haven't done it for a while, so I thought like let me bring it for them today, because tomorrow is going to be the press conference with Jurgen Klopp. We're facing Brighton. There's a big game in the weekend, which is Arsenal versus Manchester City. It looks like a lot of injuries are happening around the place, especially with Man City. Arsenal have pulled out Saka from the international football before it even started. They said he was injured, so it is what it is. And I think John Stones pulled up with an injury. I heard Diaz has got an injury. And Haaland probably has got an injury. So Man City have got problems as well. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in that game. I think there's too many people overthinking things at the moment, because I don't know if it's true. I've seen some players pull out of international football before, and play over the weekend, play the games over the weekend as well. This is an important part of the season so far, where we've got 10 games to go. Top of the league is all at 1 point separates the third place and the two top positions, and goal difference separates the top positions as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things to play for. And you know what I feel about it. I think Liverpool should be away from the other two in regards to decisions on the pitch. But it is what it is. We have to accept it for what it is, and be close together with Arsenal and Man City. As you can see below that as well, Aston Villa are fourth. I think they've been in a bad run recently, so they're climbing up that table. Tottenham is climbing up the table as well. Man United, we know what happens in our games with them, especially the FA Cup as well. They're climbing up the table. West Ham, I've heard the top 5 could get Champions League this season, so be prepared for that if it happens. Yeah, but I'm here for the top 3. I'm looking at let's just go down the table, and you can see everybody's there. Newcastle, last season top 4. Look where they are now, the 10th. Chelsea 11th. They don't really get away from that position. They're always around that. And you can see below that, Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Everton, Luton, Nottingham Forest, Burnley, and Sheffield United. I don't know, they keep taking away points, they keep giving back points in the Premier League, so you don't even know which team is going to be going down at the moment. In my opinion, people should have got a pre-warning in things like that. At the end of the season, somewhere alongside, somewhere along the beginning of the season, they could have just told those teams points could be taken away. Be prepared, and all that stuff. Because doing it during the season, it's not fair. It's not fair to these teams. That's like Nottingham Forest and Everton and etc. Because there's other teams that's done worse. They're still in that position of winning titles, which is unfair to the rest of us. So how about if they get convicted with 115 cases? One of them. If they get convicted for that, so all those titles they won along those years are going to be taken away. What are they going to do? Give it to other teams? Other teams are going to take it. Why should other teams take it? It's not fair. They should not even be on that in the first place. So it's a mess. It's a mess. In my opinion, what I've said, I've said it a lot of times. Once these things, end, everybody, like all the teams in the football league, and in the Premier League, should get together and ask questions about the Premier League, because the Premier League is the problem, in my opinion, and I've been saying that for a while. Why? Sorry, my jacket's here for some reason. Why is the Premier League getting away with murder? Why is the Premier League not being questioned for these things happening around them? You know what I mean? And it took a hacker to get into Man City's database to expose them. But yet nobody is talking about that. The Premier League just stays behind closed doors and do whatever they want. So if the hacker didn't find out what they did, would the Premier League find out? No, they wouldn't, because they're getting paid under the table and all that stuff. That's the truth. That's the truth. Let's just be honest there. That is the truth. And nobody wants to speak about things like that, which I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm here to support my football club, and anything bad that happens around it, I have to talk about it. I mean, we're playing fair football. We don't cheat. I mean, you don't hear any convictions in regards to financial breach and things like that at Liverpool Football Club. But yet we get punished the most. That's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah. So as you can see in the league, it's gonna be an interesting one, man. Like you look at it, you don't know who's gonna win it this season. That's how it's, that's how we see it when we're looking from the outside. You could say Arsenal can win it, Liverpool can win it, Man City can win it. But a lot of people say Man City is going to win it because, they got the experience, they got the know-how, etc., etc., etc. But, Liverpool are sneaking through this season. Nobody expected us to be up there. Arsenal, same thing. You got to give them credit for what they've done. They are phenomenal at what they do. You look at Arsenal at the moment, it's like mini Man City, isn't it? The way they pass the ball about and all that stuff is, it's just mirror image. Like you can see. Yeah, if you're watching, please, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm doing it on YouTube now. I'm not gonna keep going around everywhere and trying to get people on it. It's up to you what you want to do. It's your life at the end of the day. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. So as you can see, people, the Premier League is in a good position at the moment, competitive wise. Like like if it's in the competitive side, I'm impressed so far. With Liverpool, all that adversity was still there, like competing. If you know what I mean, people, and that's good enough for my football club. If you know what I mean, yeah, I like that. Let's look at the fixtures. I mean, we don't talk about fixtures a lot. There we go. Hopefully it will come up. So we've got a 12:30 kickoff, which is Newcastle versus West Ham. Been a battle of the Europa League, I think, something along those lines. Those two teams, they've been off form this season. They haven't been like on top form for some reason. But at least I always said, like, if you look at Newcastle, they shouldn't be where they are. They should be higher than that, especially the money they spend, and the financial side that's coming to their club as well. So, but considering they finished fourth last season, why have you dropped off so much? I said that last season was a freak. It's like a Leicester season, like Liverpool dropping off gave hope to other teams, and other teams came through and have taken those positions. And you can see in the Champions League the way they competed last season. There wasn't like so this season it wasn't impressive from Newcastle. Okay, they beat PSG. They gave a great games to PSG, but there's more than PSG in the Champions League, and they should have done more than that. If you know what I mean. At one stage, I think they were going to lose the 5th position in the Champions League because of the performance of Man United and Newcastle, who got out the group stage. Didn't even qualify for the Europa League either. So there you go, people. That's how it is. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, I've got that kit, the best kit in a while, man. I love this kit, man. I always save it. I don't want to destroy it, so I leave it behind most of the time. Yeah. Next game is Bournemouth versus Everton. Everton are in survival mood, isn't it? They have to stay in the Premier League somehow, while they're building the stadium. I've heard their contractors that's building the stadium has gone out of business, similar to Liverpool. I don't know who these people are hiring, but it looks dodgy. It's crazy, Absolutely crazy. But yeah, but Everton, they have to survive. One of the longest serving teams in the Premier League history, if you know what I mean, people. So you got to give them that credit in that way as well. It's them and Arsenal, I think, between them two. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I saw something on Liverpool um Twitter. Let me just check where it is as I go along. Yeah, let me just put it up there. One of our ex-players. I think he won double with hang on. Yeah, they say we're deeply saddened by the passing of former defender Larry Lloyd at 75. The thoughts of everyone at the club are with Larry's family and friends. There you go, people. He's part of the Liverpool, I think, Shankly team, and then he moved on to Nottingham Forest, and he won the double with Nottingham Forest Football Club. He's a legend, man. The legend. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers to him. Thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Yeah. So, if you look at obviously what we're doing at the moment, which is the fixtures, I just want to talk about the teams. I don't want to talk about just one team. I want to talk about every team until we go to the top three. Chelsea and Burnley. Chelsea, it's a funny club, aren't they? Like they spent all that money and they're still struggling in the Premier League, which is weird. It's strange. Can't I don't know why. You know what I mean? You spend all that money, you expect them to do more, if you know what I mean. So they haven't. They've done absolutely nothing. So it shows in it. It shows even with money, it doesn't really matter where you are in the league. It's all to do with the talent, and the manager you got, which which they keep changing every single time. Like if you keep changing managers on a regular basis, it confuses the club. Where it's going, and what's the ambitions of the club, and that's what's happening to Chelsea at the moment. I don't think they know what to do. Like when you get new people in, they think like splashing the cash is the way to win titles, but you could splash the cash, and if you haven't got the right manager in place, it's going to be difficult for you, to compete, and that's what's happening to them at the moment. It's very difficult for them to compete in the league. So I've always said it. You have to get the right manager in. You have to get the right manager in order for you to compete. Because if you haven't got that, it's difficult for you to maintain that success that you are looking for. You look at Pep Guardiola. With money, he's brilliant. Without money, we don't know because he's never done that. You know what I mean? So that's another thing with Pep Guardiola as well. You look at Klopp. Like with that money, he can do it. He could coach teams out of nothing. If you know what I mean. So it clearly shows it's different sides to football. Like I said, football is psychological. If you get a manager that can do that, who are the best motivators, you will win titles. If you get managers that who are like less than that, it'll be difficult for you, to compete. So them being 11th says it all, Chelsea. Like a team like that should not be 11th, especially spending that much money. It's crazy. And then you move on to the other two here, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace. No, Nottingham Forest shouldn't be the amount of money they spent. You know what I mean? They got fines and all this stuff to pay, and points deductions and all that stuff. But that's another team that spent a lot of money, but not competing at all. Not competing at all. They're in the bottom three now, obviously, points deduction, all that stuff. And you got Crystal Palace still kept Roy Hodgson. That's what I didn't understand. He got you out of the relegation zone. Let the man retire. Let the man, enjoy his life, man. Why are you doing that to him? It doesn't make any sense, man. Now they got a new manager. I think football is different. The environment is different at Crystal Palace now. Sheffield United, they brought back Chris Wilder. Nah, not for me. The old saying, people. You never go back. You never go back. And Chris Wilder's gone back to Sheffield United, and you see what's happening. That they're still at the bottom. Nothing's changed. They're losing games. you know, and then you got Fulham. They're doing all right, innit? They're doing all right. You know, um, they are where they are. Fulham, they're not going to be strained from places like that unless they, you know, spend a lot of money. But the best thing about Fulham at the moment, they compete. They don't, you know, they don't give in. I like that about them. I really, really like that about them. It doesn't matter what team they're facing, even if it's Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, etc. They'll still play their game and try to compete. You know what I mean? They beat, you know, some of the top teams this season, if you know what I mean. So it shows. And then you got Tottenham. You know, the team that's supposed to be competing this season, according to their fan base, they're supposed to be competing, in it. They're supposed to be competing. They're supposed to be challenging for titles. Oh, okay. They're not anymore. You know, they're not doing anything. There you go. They're in the bottom half of the table. Obviously, the top. I'm talking about. They're not in the top four at the moment, because at one stage, because they had a good run, the honeymoon period, as I call it. They were competing, you know, and all that stuff, and all of a sudden, they've gone down the table, and they're struggling, you know, to get back up there. But Tottenham is Tottenham, isn't it? Tottenham is Tottenham. I don't need to say a lot about them. With Luton, I think they would have done all right if they had the right defenders, if you know what I mean. I look at Luton, attacking, they're good. Midfield, they're good, because, you know, obviously with Barkley in there, and Townsend, and, you know, they got these other youngsters around them. I think the kid from Arsenal as well. But the defense is just weak. They're very weak in that defense. I think they have to sort that defense out in order for them, you know, to come back next season if they get relegated, because you can't have lightweights in defense. I'm sorry, you can't have lightweight players in defense in order for you to compete in the Premier League. You know, Premier League is a league that's not forgiving. You know what I mean? And if you have defenders that can't, like, defend in you know, throughout the season, it's tough for you. It's going to be a long day, and that's what's happening to Luton at the moment. Aston Villa, yeah, they're doing all right. Listen, Unai Emery has done good. He's done good for what he has. He's done good. And you got O'Neill at Wolverhampton. They're both similar. If you look at, you know, if you look at their managerial scores at the moment. You know, I mean, I'm not saying Unai Emery has gone down. I'm saying, like, in the Premier League, how they're performing and all that stuff. I think they're both similar. If you look at O'Neill and Unai Emery. It's going to be a good game, man. It's going to be a good game. That's going to be at 5:30 tomorrow. On Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And you got the 8 o'clock kickoff, Brentford versus Man United. Well, this is where this, you know, when we see Man United are back, everybody's saying they're back. They're doing good again. You know, they beat Liverpool in the FA Cup, so they're going to come back and, you know, finish in the top 4. You know, Man United are back. They're never back, man. That's a long, you know, process. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of work for Manchester United in order for them to get back to where they were. Yes, people, like I always say, just, you know, hit that subscription button, notification button, like button, all that good stuff. I appreciate that. If you're on other social media such as Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff, and Facebook, come to YouTube channel, subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,000, as everybody knows. So you got Liverpool, Brighton, and then you got Arsenal versus Man City versus Arsenal. I can't wait for these games. It's going to be interesting Sunday. Let's just put it that way. I can't wait. Woo. Yes, sir. Listen, I've been to games, Liverpool and Brighton. I nearly got a ticket for this one as well. So I've seen games. We've drawn, even the season we've been competing with Brighton. With Man City. I've seen us draw with the likes of Brighton at home. So it ain't gonna be as easy as we think it's gonna be, people, man. Just prepare for something that's gonna be probably a struggle, but we'll come through it, hopefully, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Both Sky Sports as well, you know what I mean. So if we win, we go top of the league. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then you got Man City versus Arsenal, another game that's interesting for the whole world to watch. If Man City win, well, Arsenal's going to drop down. Public confidence is going to go. And they got tough games coming, Arsenal, after that as well. So, but if Arsenal beat them, one step closer to the Premier League. Let's just be realistic here, people. Don't underestimate the way Arsenal are. Arsenal are phenomenal at the moment. It's our fault, Liverpool Football Club's fault. If you don't add on to the quality that you got, other teams catch up, and your position at the top will be under threat, and that's what's happened to Liverpool. Last season we didn't buy the right recruitments to support the players that we already have, especially them going for the quad. And then look, we suffered. Now, like, it's a 3 horse race. What used to be 2 horse race now is a 3 horse race, and it's more difficult than ever. But then again, it could work out for someone else. When there's three, when you're looking, left and right, you can see 2 teams next to you. And is it better as a 2 horse race, or is it better as a 3 horse race? That's, yeah, you got to look into things like that, man. Like a few seasons ago, it was just us and Man City. Now, like, we've got Arsenal in the equation. So, yeah, Liverpool was never gonna like give up under Klopp. Like, yes, we had a bad season last season, but all that hard work in the last 6 years, 7 years. You know what I mean? Do you think we're just gonna give it up like that and let another team come in and take over our position? It shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. We've added on to the quality that we already got. And made it even better. If you look at player for player, for like, for the players that left, like, exchanging wise, I think we've got better players than we had before. I think we've got more technical players, more players with ability, if you know what I mean. And it shows. It shows, man. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this game. I'm really, really looking forward to this game. I can't wait for Sunday. I just hope we get our win, and then we move on to that game and see how it's going to finish, because it's a very interesting Sunday, man. Very interesting. As you can see, top of the league here, people. Come on. How can you not be excited about that? How can you not be excited about that? Goal difference as well counts, and then we've got 2 games at home next, which is Brighton and Sheffield United. We need to get as much goals as we can, as much as goals as possible, because you never know. In the last day, it could be a goal difference thing. You know what I mean? Like, I've said it, people. What they're trying to do this Premier League is make a dramatic ending. It could be still 3 horse race at the end of the season. Those 3 teams, one of them has to win it at the end of the season. That's what it's gonna be like. I'm telling you. I have this feeling this is what they want to do. They want the whole world to watch. They want the whole world to watch. Fly people over. Money spending in the country. They want to do things like that, man. And they're willing to sacrifice other teams' ambitions in order for that to happen. They are willing to drop points. That Man City Liverpool game, Liverpool Man City game, at Anfield, it should have been a Liverpool win. You know what I mean, with that penalty. But they made sure we don't get that penalty, and then it goes down to them. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But get busy in the chat, people. That's what I'm here. I'm here to represent you, as I always say. And if you're watching it other social medias, please come to YouTube channel and subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, so let me get to the comments. I don't want to be rude. Sometimes they say it's not loud enough. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, like I always say, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Michael says, hi, Foz. I think this weekend is the best weekend of the season. Oh, 100%. No doubt about it, Michael. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm going to even do the tactical game between Arsenal and Manchester City. I might not get the starting lineups right because, there's a lot of injuries going on, but I'll show you what they do. And this is what teams should prepare for when they face them as well. Yeah, 100% is the best weekend all season. There's nothing better. You know what I mean? I can't see anything better than this. Top 3 are playing, you know what I mean? And it's going to be interesting, you know what I mean? If those injuries are true from both sides, like Saka and, Haaland and all these players from Manchester City, then, the game might be as wide as open as possible. Because, if you're bringing in players that don't normally play, and in a title decider, it looks like as well. You don't know who's going to be winning the title. It could be a title decider. We don't know. It's going to be, it's going to be end to end. And it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, Arsenal are normally the whipping boys for Man City. Whenever they go to Man City, they get whipped. You know what I mean? They got ass whooping, as this stuff for a while. I shouldn't say that. Like, they get battered. They got absolutely battered at Man City. But this time, this is a different Arsenal, people. Like, this is a dangerous Arsenal. You know what I mean? This is the Arsenal that plays like Man City. This is the Arsenal that, has a structure in place. This is Arsenal that defends better. You know what I mean? They do a lot of stuff, man, different to other teams. You have to be realistic. You can't lie to yourself. But can they win titles? That's the thing. When the pressure is on, can they do something about it? Or are they going to be scared like they always do? Bottle it. Bottle. This. They bottle it. Arsenal bottle it more than anyone else. You know what I mean? So can they do that? Can they, compete? Can they stay with us to the end of the season? Man City done it. Liverpool done it in the past. Over 90 points on a regular basis every season. They don't stop. You know what I mean? But are Arsenal bottlers or are they winners? You know what I mean? Are they winners or are they bottlers? We have to wait and see, man. I can't wait for it. I really can't wait. And then, all that, all Arsenal fan base that's been saying, ole, 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 and all this stuff, we're better than everybody else, we're going to batter everyone, from here in the Champions League, could they eat their words? Or could they, finally, after 20 years, people, don't forget 20 years we've been waiting for Arsenal. 20 years, they keep talking about our 30 years. What about 20 years? We're past our 30 years. We've done it all. What about your 20 years, Arsenal? 20 years we've been waiting for you. 20. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you got the cojones. Sorry about that, people. I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, me too, man. What's up, Janet? Janet says, like, share, and subscribe, everyone. Appreciate that. As always, your support, Janet. She's saying again. Sorry about that. Hi, Fuzzy. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. This is a regular thing now. I don't step aside anymore. I come in and do the streams 1:30, and tomorrow I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna be doing some more streams tomorrow, people. We're gonna do a preview show tomorrow at 10. So please tune in, as I always say. The panel will be back, and we're gonna enjoy it, man. We're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll be back to 2:30 though, just to do the press conference with Jurgen Klopp, as I always do. So please tune in 2:30 as well. Have you seen Luis Diaz dad talk about him moving again, mate? I'm starting to get pissed off. I talked about it yesterday. I made a show yesterday about Luis Diaz's father. I think he's had a life-changing experience. You know what I mean? When you have that kind of thing happen to you, I don't know, because I've never experienced it. Life hits you, and then you make, like, life is about here and now for him. So this is why he's probably doing what he's doing. Because you see him sometimes celebrate with the Liverpool fans, and another time, he's, somewhere else. So, dancing on the stage and singing and all that stuff. So, yeah, like I said, like, just let's take it easy on him. I finally realized, life-changing experiences, can affect your life, and you say things that's out of your character. Let's just put it that way. I think that's what's happened to him, man. So take it easy on him. This is where Luis Diaz comes in as well. Like, he needs to speak to his dad and say, Dad, enough now. Like, don't disrespect this football club. They've done a lot for us, so take it easy. This is where he comes in and has to say that to him. I know, like, like when it's your dad or your mum, you don't want to tell them what to do, because they are your teachers. They are everything to you. You know what I mean? And it's a bit disrespectful from from the kid telling the parent what to do. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, it doesn't make any sense in most cases of life. But I think this one, he just needs to step in and tell his dad, Dad, take it easy, man. You do too much. Every time we go international football, you talk too much. Just take it easy, Dad. Enjoy life, and let's move on. I mean, if Barcelona will come one day, it comes. That's what it is. That's what you have to do, man. Just go speak to your dad. Like I said, he had a life-changing experience, man. So give the kid, give the dad, just leave him alone. Leave him alone. I don't want to say much about him. I don't dislike him. You know what I mean? It seems like a good guy. He just doesn't know how to. Like, let me put it this way: he's not press trained. If you know what I mean, he's not a footballer. He hasn't played football. I don't know if he has. Probably he did in Colombia, but he's not press trained. So whatever comes out out of his mouth is emotional. You know what I mean? So that's what you got to look at as well. Why can't we just have a season without problems? I agree, Steve. There's always problems with Liverpool, but I think this season has been, apart from the injuries, if you know what I mean. I think we controlled it well, because we had a lot of injuries, we had a lot of problems, and came out of it in a good way. So you got to give the club credit in that way. We're still top of the league with Arsenal. Although, in most cases, when you get that much injury, like 12, 13 injuries, players who could play in the first team, and you're still competing, come on, man. Come on. Got to give the club credit for that. Got to give the club credit for that. Most cases, you know, you look at Arsenal, they lost Saliba last season, and then they started crying about it, and then they lost the league. We've lost how many players this season, and we're still competing. Even the kids are coming in and doing their bit, and we're still competing. You know what I mean? So think about it that way, man. Like they've done an extraordinary thing this season. Like if you look at it from a point of view of what we used to face in the past as well. A lot of kids come through, and they are like part of the first team. It's like they played there all their lives. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's go from Abdul. Big up Steve. Big up Janet. Big up Michael as well. Big up everyone. Big up everyone. KVJ. Big up, man. Any games on tonight? I don't think so, mate. But I don't think so. I haven't seen any. Let me check for you, babe. Let me check for you. You know what I mean? I'm the guy with games. I'm like a magician. I'm like a magician. I can bring you games if you want. Let me check. Let me check. Nah, no games. Just yeah, South American stuff. I think it is. Because no games, my friend. No games. Starts on Saturday, as far as I'm aware. Hang on. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's games on Friday. Let's see. But then again, it's international football, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, it's just the first division championship. Sorry, tomorrow. It's just the championship games tomorrow, and we move on to us. You know what I mean? Yeah, but like I said, people like, share, subscribe. I appreciate that. Big up, Statman Stubbs, man. I was thinking about you the other day, mate. Might need you tomorrow if you want to come on on the previous show. Big up, mate. Big up. I'm good. I'm good, brother. Thanks for asking, man. I appreciate that, Statman. Big up Revenite, big up Fozzy. Yeah, we need to have you on as well, bro. Like I said, I need, what I want to do is the 2:30 shows. I'll do it with people. I want to start doing that. So I'll get in contact with you, Revenite. 100%, brother. Big up, by the way. Big up as always, man. I appreciate the comments, man. Yeah, so as you can see, people, the league is very tight. It's no joke. It's no joke, man. The league is very tight, and any of those three can win the league. But I want to speak about another thing as well, which is the game over the weekend, Man City Arsenal. I want to know, like, how these two teams can compete against each other. I'm going to do the formation as well, so be ready for that. Be ready for that. Let me talk about individually the managers as well. This is what I want to talk about. Like, I don't think, like, we talk about things like that a lot. I say a lot about our manager, but I don't say a lot about, you know, other managers from other teams. We could say, you know, like some are cheating and some are not and all that stuff. But the monster with two heads, that's why I called Arteta and Pep Guardiola, and Klopp beat them. Don't forget that, people. Klopp actually beat them. So you look at Mikel Arteta, yeah, like, he's come out of nowhere, yeah. He's doing pretty well in the Premier League. Let's just put it that way. He spent over 700 million, a lot of money. So shouldn't he get the credit he deserves? Because I remember I used to be in other streams with Arsenal fans, and they were talking about him. They're saying he's not good enough and etc. He never had a, you know, managerial position, but he's worked under Pep Guardiola, probably the greatest manager that ever lived. If in some, you know, in some cases, let's just put it that way. So should he get the credit that he deserves? I think so, because, you know, when the pressure is on, he has got back up there. You know what I mean? Don't forget, he finished 8th twice, I believe. He finished 8th position twice. So if he's like doing what he's doing in the last couple of seasons, basically, if you look at his record, it's like every season he's progressing. So I'm expecting him this season to win the league, considering where he come from. Like every season is going up. So is he getting the limelight? Is he getting, you know, the credit he deserves as a coach? Arsenal went for him for a reason. You know what I mean? They must have known how good he is because he played for them. And they must have known, you know, like, he's a thinking man. And should those Arsenal fans that, you know, always take the piss out of him finally eat their words and say, you know, he's a good manager, he is one of us, and things like that. You know, Barcelona will be available next season. Barcelona will be available. Arteta could be a candidate for that stuff. You know what I mean? For that club, he could be a candidate for that club. He could leave Arsenal and go to Barcelona if things don't change. If he doesn't win the league this season, it'll be a big pressure on him, probably from those Arsenal fans that don't like him, to get him out of the club. Because you don't spend 700 million. At first I thought, give the guy a chance. Give the guy a chance, all that stuff. Then I realized every season since he's been there, he spent over 200 million. I wish we had 200 million. Liverpool Football Club don't have 200 million this season, man, but you do. So if he doesn't win the league this season, should he be under pressure? That's the question, like, we have to ask. Are those Arsenal fans that's always hating on him right? And that's another thing as well. But the thing is, Klopp is leaving next season, so there's a position open for another one to step in to compete with Pep Guardiola. So on a regular basis, that is like next 10 years, whatever it is that going to be Arteta? I don't know, man. Like, I give him credit for what he's done. Obviously, climbing up the table and finishing second and top of the league this season. But you expect that from a manager that spent 700 million. You expect that. It's a tough one. But he has to win the league this season. He has. There's no doubt about it. He has to win the league this season, because if he doesn't, it is a failure. It is a failure. You can't be 96 points. 96% of the league season at the top, and then all of a sudden drop off with a team that only had 3%. It shouldn't be like that because of one injury, and that's Saliba. So yeah, we need to look at him, man. We need to look at him at the end of the season. He has to win the league. There's no doubt about that. The other two have done it. So you're the next in line. You're the next person who's supposed to take over Arteta. So if you don't win the league this season, pressure will be on from those haters. Let's just be realistic here, man. And you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that to happen to you. Yeah, but I give him credit. He's doing well. Klopp is Klopp. A lot of people give credit to the recruitment team in the past, but not give enough credit to Klopp. But this season, Klopp is the one who recruited those players. There was no Michael Edwards. There was no Julian Ward. There was no one like that around. He recruited the players. And look where we are. So we should have had a quad. But it is what it is. You're not gonna win every game, as people. You're not gonna win every game. But it clearly shows, the quality of the manager is there. Even without the recruitment team, he's still doing it. So give the guy credit, man. Should he win the Premier League? Yeah, of course. We're Liverpool Football Club. We're not there for no reason. Of course, man. We have to win, man. We've got the mentality now. He put that mentality in us now. Win at all costs. And that's what we want Klopp to do. We're second in the league, goal difference, by the way, with same points as Arsenal. It's just goal difference. A couple of goals here and there. Let's read this from Revenant. It says, I feel like our midfield is improved from those former teams, but our forward line and our fullbacks aren't as strong as former teams. The thing is, bro, the issue we have with the fullbacks at the moment is that they're not fully fit. They're always, either injured or they take time to get back to the standard that we want them to get to, if you know what I mean. I agree with you though, man. The forward line, it's not bad. When everybody's fit, if you look at Jota coming back and, players like that, everybody's talking about, Gakpo, blaming Gakpo on certain things, but don't blame Gakpo, man. He's doing his bit. He's playing for the team. Like I've always said, he's playing for the team. He's not playing as an individual. He's filling positions that players are not there at the moment because they're injured. So you got to think about it that way, people. Come on, you're footballing people, like. He's not playing for himself at the moment. He's playing in positions. If you see a forward playing in midfield, that means he's playing for the team. That's what Gakpo is doing. And everybody's having to go at that poor guy. He's just a kid. He's got all that talent. And there's a lot of teams that were chasing him at the time as well before Liverpool. But he chose Liverpool. He chose Liverpool over those teams. So take it easy on the kid. Take it easy on him, man. Oh, it's just too much. Too much hatred when you're at the top. Crazy, crazy. I wouldn't be angry at anyone. I'm just happy. You know what I mean? If you told me in the beginning of the season, after last season, like we're gonna be there, I'll be laughing at you. But we done above and beyond, even with about 13 injuries, still doing it. That's my football club. Through adversity, we're still gonna do it, and you can't touch us. We don't complain about one player getting injured. We don't complain about two players getting injured. We don't complain about 3 players getting injured. We don't complain about 4 players getting injured. We don't complain about 5 players getting injured. We don't complain about 6 players getting injured. We don't complain about 7 players getting injured. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't complain. We get on with it. We get on with it. We give it our all on the pitch. And that's what's getting us through this season. And I love this manager. I'm just sad he's leaving. I'm really sad, man. You know when you wake up every day, has Klopp changed his mind? Has Klopp changed his mind? That's how I feel. But it's not happening, man. It's not happening. We're not this, though. Let's just be honest. We're not that. We're not that. We don't bottle. We don't bottle, man. We don't bottle. No. We don't bottle. We compete. I mean, this is the first time in a while we did a head-to-head, season. So hopefully we'll come through it. Because you know what they say, Liverpool, when it's head-to-head, they don't really, win titles. They don't really win titles when they play head-to-head. Yeah, because there's always a screw job around the corner, as we all know. Always a screw job around the corner. And a referee, making an error, as they always say, like he makes an error. I don't know where the error comes from, but that's what they say. It's a cheat, let's be honest here. It's actual cheat. Yeah, so yeah, club is club, man. Let's be realistic, man. There's no manager like this. I know I keep talking about him, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard when he leaves. So you got Pep Guardiola in 3rd position, 1 point behind the 2. This guy's changed football, people. You got to be realistic, You got to be realistic. He's changed football. The old days of boring football, tactical in defensive way is gone. That's why the likes of Mourinho have disappeared off the face of the earth. You know what I mean? But this guy has changed football, man. Let's give him that credit. This tiki-taki stuff, it's exciting football. But you know what I don't like about football in the modern era is the lack of challenges. There's no, like we were celebrating Van Dijk making that challenge on Foden. How often do you see that kind of challenges in the modern football? You don't really see that. So yeah, the physical side of the game is slowly disappearing, which it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. You need that in the game. It's a man's game, as they say. You know what I mean? Whether people like it or not, it is a man's game. Men created this game. You know what I mean? So you gotta put it there. Yeah, but we need that back. We need the physicality back, because without that, if you think about football at the moment, the defensive side ain't there no more. Defenders don't take risks anymore like they used to. So like if you look at the 90s and beyond that, before that, yeah, and you could name about 10, 15, great defenders around. Nowadays, you just talk about Van Dijk and Saliba and players like that, and Konate, Gabriel. That's all you talk about. You don't really talk about a lot of great defenders like you used to anymore, because football has slowly just disappeared from that side, and it shouldn't really, because the defensive side of the game is important. If you don't concede goals and you score goals, you win games, right? So this is where we need to get back to, in my opinion, and get the physical side back, man. Not to the point of crunching tackles, 2-legged tackles and things like that. I'm talking about the beautiful game. When defenders used to be on power with the forwards in regards to performances and things like that. That's what you need to get back to, because it's boring. I gotta be real. Listen, it's exciting watching football in a different way, which is tiki-taki and slotting the ball in the back of the net from 2 yards out. But the long shots have gone, and a lot of stuff have gone. If you look at the Premier League this season, how many long range shots, goals, you don't really see it. It's just disappearing. Things are disappearing. Balls are changing. Boots are changing. You know what I mean? It's just. Yes, this is why the competitive side is not there anymore. If you look at the competitive side of the Premier League, or just football in general, it's not as it used to be. You need that back, man. You need that back. Yeah, the defenders, man. This is why, like I said, when people talk about to me about Messi and Ronaldo and players like that, I say, but yeah, in that era they've been phenomenal, great. But what defenders have they been facing? You know, you can't even name any. The one time Messi faced the defender Van Dijk, they got battered at Anfield 4-0. And the Barcelona haven't been the same anymore. You know what I mean? Come on. Like you gotta put things like that, you know, out there because you know it's different football. I've been watching Maradona again. Like I keep watching like, the old football and the football he used to play, man. Goodness gracious me, the tackles he used to receive. Nah, man. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, not even Messi, man. Yeah, but you know, like I said, Pep Guardiola's done well. You know, he brought this new type of football. It's not new really, because Holland have been playing it for years. You know what I mean? There's Johan Cruyff and before that. But how long will we stand for it? I mean, how long? The thing is, like with Pep Guardiola's teams, if you look at it, people, he hasn't been found out. I mean, most cases, if you look at managers when they're at the top, they get found out in it and they have to reinvent themselves. But with Pep Guardiola, nobody's found out like how to stop him. Yes, you get these teams like Brentford and Crystal Palace and Wolves that beat them now and again, but he still wins titles. He still wins titles. No matter what, Pep Guardiola wins titles. You know what I mean? No matter what. These teams dominate teams and they batter teams. Forget about the 115 charges. I'm not all about that at the moment. I'm talking about football. Their teams still, his teams still, you know, batter teams and make them look like, you know, rubbish, useless. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like you thought like there's another like what is it? 19 managers in the Premier League. You thought like they will think about how to stop a team, like how, because you know, like when you finish the season, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to like what you have to put, where you have to put yourself is in the benchmark, which is the the team at the top. So you need to find a way to beat them season in and season out. But somehow, some way, I've seen Fergie get beaten before. I've seen Arsene Wenger get beaten before. But this guy, for some reason, people are struggling to find out how to play against him. Season in, season out. Same managers, other clubs, and they still struggle. It's weird. How can you not have a tactical board and see, like, just watch them, analyze them. You've got these people that can do that for you. They will tell you, they're trusted. They analyze them. They should tell you where their weak points are. It's madness. It's absolute madness, man. Like all these years, this guy just makes people look funny. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. It's like nobody has plans. How do we play against Pep Guardiola? Like how? You need to know. That's what you get paid for. Come on. This is a multi-billionaire sport now. Like, come on. Like, you should know finally how to play against his team, but nobody does. It's weird. It's strange. Like I said, I've seen teams play against Ferguson's team and find them out. And Ferguson had to reinvent himself every few seasons. He had to like change. But with Pep Guardiola, it's impossible. It's like we don't know how to stop him. Only Klopp can compete now and again. It depends what team Klopp has got. But the rest of them, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's weird. Absolutely weird, man. Surely to God we know how to play against him. Surely to God we know how to play against him. I'll be like, if I was a coach, I'll be analyzing at the end of the season. Like if I'm competing with him, how do I beat him? What do I have to do next? You know what I mean? Where do I go? You know what I mean? Like you have to find that. This is what a coaching team and the backroom stuff. This is why you got these people. But for some reason, nobody knows. I'll watch Man City. I'll get bored watching Man City. They're playing great football. Don't get me wrong. They play great football. But I get bored watching them because they keep passing. If they can't go forward, they go back. They keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Don't give the ball away so it doesn't make you run and make you tired. That's what they do. That's the first thing in their head. Make sure you don't lose the ball, because if you lose the ball, you have to run about and retrieve it, and you're going to make yourself tired. So you have to stop that somehow. So what do? Just pass it. They walk. Watch them. They just walk past here, walk past there, walk past there, walk past there. And then they brainwash you that they don't play with centre-backs. John Stones is the marauding centre-back that comes forward. This is what I want to talk about as well. So yeah, let me talk about this. Let me give you the tactical board. It's back. It's back. Yes, it's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. I haven't got all the players on there, by the way, that Man City players. But I'll show you what they do, man. They just brainwash me every single time, and they brainwash everybody else. Like they play this, great, football. The centre back comes out of position and does this and that, and then brainwash you. That's what they do. So they look. This is how they do it. Edison in goal. Hang on, I don't know what's going on here. Apologies. Yeah, this is my tactical board, people. If you don't know, this is what I use to do this stuff. Hang on, forgot to use it now. Really did. Really forgot. Really forgot. Really forgot. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Hang on, there it is. So they got Edison in goal. We'll have to start with the home team, innit? Then we move on to the other away team. So what they do is they make you believe, yeah, man. Like I shouldn't tell you this. Like people should know this. Like while I'm watching Man City, I'll watch them. I just watch their tactics. What do they actually do? So this every single time I watch them. Obviously, Stones might not play the next game, so I'm not going to put him in. So this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. So this is what they do. This is what they make you believe the formation is, isn't it? This is what they make you believe the formation is, and we start believing it. But it ain't really like that. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. So sorry about the language, but I'm just being realistic to you guys. This is what they make you believe they play, yeah. And then he comes into this position, and then they make you believe this guy is alone at the back, which he's not. He's not alone at the back. This guy, have you guys ever seen this guy always go down here? Have you ever seen that? Like, you look at Trent, you look at James, you look at Ben White, you look at all these sort of right backs. You see them go up there and put crosses in the box, but you never see that. This is where they brainwash everyone. They brainwash us all the time, telling us Kyle Walker is a right back, the best right back in the Premier League history. He's better than this, he's better than that, but he never goes there. He's always here. He goes as far as here, then he gets back. The ball goes over the top. Let me. I don't know where the ball's gone. I normally have a ball on the pitch. Oh, I updated it. That's why. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, the ball goes over here. Who's always here protecting the goalkeeper and the defenders? Him. So what they tell you is he's a right back, but he's not. They lie. So they play free at the back. That's what they do. That's what they do. So these three are the three centre backs. Akanji, he just goes up and down here. So if you were smart and they play free at the back, you don't go attack Kyle Walker's side because he's got pace and power. So you go that side. Get the ball over the top or the middle. Get the ball over the top. Make sure he's away. The ball is away from him. Because what I've noticed is, let me just put it up a bit. They just brainwash everyone, mate. They play free at the back. They give free roll to the other centre back supposedly that plays it, but he plays as a DM. He plays as the one before he plays as a DM. So when the ball goes here, it's more or less these two, innit? So they got no pace, no power. So use that bit, use that space. This is what angers me about Liverpool sometimes. Like when we're playing against them, like we don't use that space. We don't really use it. We just let them do whatever they want. I mean, we're always trying to like beat this guy. This guy is a bozo. Let me put it out there, yeah. He's a bozo in the brain. He will foul you. He will like do stupid things. But you got to use your body in the right way, which teams don't do that. They don't use their bodies in the right way. You put your body in front of him, he will run into you, give you a penalty or a foul. That's what you got to do. But when you're trying to run at him and be too obvious, the players against him they're too obvious. The only one I see have a good game against him is Diaz. Most of the time, even for Porto, Diaz had a good game against him. Diaz knows how to play against him, but he's a bozo. So you just got to use him in the right way if you're going to put the ball here. But like I said, he's a third centre back, people. Don't believe that this guy runs up and down the pitch. Don't believe that nonsense. It's nonsense, man. This is how they play. Three at the back. And, these three cover every other position. And then this guy comes to the right side and tries to curl the ball between the goalkeeper and, the defense so Haaland can run onto it and score a goal. That's what they do. That's what they do. It's so obvious. But the thing is, do teams train for this? Has the man marking side of the game gone? If you man mark the, certain players, Rodri is important because he starts off the possession. But not many people look into things like that. And then he gives it to him. And then he puts the ball in, in the dangerous areas where Haaland could come in. Since De Bruyne has been back, Haaland started scoring goals again. Have you guys noticed that? He was struggling before De Bruyne wasn't there. Now Haaland's scoring goals again. I mean, he needs that service. So you got to stop the service somehow. And, like, every team plays one up front and one behind. So the one behind the striker should be accommodating Rodri. Stop him running, in certain places. Like, just stop him. When you haven't got the ball, do the off the ball work and win your battles. That's what you got to do. 2 players. I'm not asking for the whole team. Just 2 players that makes them tick, which is Rodri and De Bruyne. Stop them. Foden will always come in and cut in. Just stop him. Listen, he's got no right foot. Let's be honest there. He's got no right foot. Stop the left foot shots. Put the left back on him and stop the left foot shots. Doku, I'm glad we missed out on him. I don't think he's going to be all that. I got to be real. I thought he's going to be the replacement for Mane, Liverpool Football Club. But no, not for me. He's nothing like Mane, man. I'm sorry. Not for me. Not for me. But like I said, this is how Man City play. They play free at the back. They fool you. They brainwash you. They got a right back that runs up and down. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's this. Ball goes over the top. Dummy always goes back and wins the ball. That's what it is. That's why I call him. It's a dummy, innit? It's just dumb. There's no brain up there. That's why they don't like him going forward and crossing the ball. Because if he crosses the ball, like I've seen him come over here, cross the ball in, goes over everybody, goes over for a throw. Goes all the way out for a throw. There you go. That's where the ball goes. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. Don't be brainwashed from, what Pep Guardiola does. Like, if you study it right, you understand what they do. At the end of the day, you're playing against humans, isn't it? All you have to do is be an athlete. That's what he buys as well. He buys athletic players that can run up and down, all that stuff. Once he gets that together, it is what it is. It works. So this is Arsenal team. Oh man, I didn't even do Arsenal. Sorry, people. I know I'm speaking a bit fast, but faster, isn't it? You have to be on the game. So Arsenal play obviously with these 2 as the centre backs. Great partnership, don't get me wrong. I like them, you know what I mean? I think Matip and Van Dijk are better, like in regards to the old defenders when they were together back in the day. So this is how these guys play. And Saka's alright. I'm expecting him to play. I know he came out injured. I don't know if Martinelli is fit, but when Martinelli is fit, he should play. This is the wrong number. Let me just check what Trossard is. I hope I made you understand, people, like what Man City do. They're very good at brainwashing people. I'm telling you, they're very good at that. They tell you this, they tell you that, and make you believe, their players are like that. It's just BS. It's just a bunch of BS. It's just teams don't really study. You know what I think? I honestly think I don't think football clubs analyze games as they used to. It's like you go out there and you do your bit. That's how I see it nowadays. That's how I see teams do. You go out there, do your thing, and that is it. That's what they want you to do. Kai Havertz is on form now. The Kai Havertz, I know a lot of people made fun of him. Like, I was joking about it sometimes, but I did say, like, he was just in the wrong team at Arsenal. It was just at Chelsea. It's just in the wrong team. I mean, Chelsea don't, bring the quality out of players. They just want you to perform, and that is it. There's never a structure in place for you to develop as a player. If you look at all the players that went down there, they didn't do nothing, man. Didn't do nothing. So this is how Arsenal play. It's not free in midfield. They make you believe it's free like this, but it's not. It's not. The most dangerous player for them is Odegaard. They play double pivot. Let's be honest here. I'll see Arsenal. They do play double pivot. Jorginho and Rice. So let's put it out there. You see Rice sometimes here when they got the ball. Yeah, blah blah blah. You can't fool a guy who's seen football for years. This is the dangerous guy they got you. Without this guy, they're not very free, if you could put it that way. He's the connection from the midfield to the attack. That's what he is. And he's always free, which angers me, even against my football club in this area. He's always running about. don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that. He's always running about here. Let me take that away. He's always running about here in this area. And nobody stops him. He's always free. You expect a DM to be there to stop him doing that. But, you know, he's everywhere. He goes here, he goes here, he goes here, he goes here, and nobody stops him. This is why a lot of their attacks is always, you know, coming from him. As I said, this area, let me just put a circle actually on there. This area is all his. He doesn't move much. You don't see him going back a lot, but here he's always free, which is why they score a lot of goals. Watch back the game, watch back in all their games, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. He's always free in this area. This is why Arsenal are successful when they're attacking and scoring goals. If teams can put a player there, you know, let me put like Rodri, just to stop him. I don't think Arsenal will be as successful as they are attacking wise. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. Like, this guy, he irritates me when I watch him. I wish I had that role. No defensive responsibility. Just, you know, do whatever you can in your quality and your ability. That's the way it is. That's what he does. He's just free, runs around here, passes the ball, you know, through over here to there, to him, pass here and there, one or two touches. Then he comes back here, you know, comes down here, puts a through ball for Havertz to score goals. That's what he does. He's just free. Nobody's stopping this guy. It's just like, listen, if someone stops him, I guarantee you 1,000,000% Arsenal won't be as successful. I'm telling you. Just stop him. That's it. Make sure when you haven't got the ball, you're in that position to make him, just to track him. Track him wherever he goes. That's all you have to do. But teams aren't doing that. He's always free, man. He's always free. And he's a dangerous player, man. You know what I mean? You got to give him credit. He's finally found a spot in a team where he can perform to his absolute ability. And I like watching Odegaard. You know, I wish. Well, he came to Liverpool, innit? He's a Liverpool fan, so he came to Liverpool to train with us, and you know, we didn't sign him. You could see a picture of him and Gerrard in the same pitch before I think he joined Real Madrid. So, yeah, man. You know, he's always free. He's always free. Now, they know it's the final stages of the season. What Arsenal do now is like they play double pivot. They make sure their defense ain't got at. A lot of people talk about Saliba, but I think Gabriel has been phenomenal this season when I'm watching the two. The thing with Saliba is he's good at, you know, getting trouble from himself, like getting out of trouble for himself, not for the team, but for himself. That's why he looks good. That's why Deschamps doesn't trust him in the French team. He doesn't take risks, which is like if the ball is here, he doesn't come and try to cover his teammate if his teammate is that far. You know what I mean? He's always getting himself out of trouble. There's two different things, you know. You look at Baresi's and, you know, players like that, but, you know, like Stamps and all that stuff. They don't care about the mistakes. By any means necessary, they will make sure the ball does not go behind them. And, you know, if their friend's in trouble, they'll come and, you know, get them out of trouble. He only plays for himself. That's why I don't really put him up there with the, you know, the best defenders, you know, in the Premier League and all that stuff, history and all that. It will take him time, obviously. But what he needs to, like, if Deschamps can see it and I can see it and everybody else, you know, who talks about him can see it, I don't know how Arsenal fans can't see it. He's good at getting himself out of trouble. That's it. That's why he looks neat and tidy. But what about the other side of the game? You know, win your battles for your teammates. You know, if Jorginho needs help, come and, you know, head the ball or something, or challenge the player he's struggling with, or things like that. He doesn't do that. It's just him, neat and tidy, here. That's it. And when players get at him, you see sometimes he struggles because he puts himself out of position. So yeah, he needs to learn how to play with the team instead of him individually. He's just an individual so far. That's what I see about Saliba. He's an individual. He's not an actual player that plays for the team as a whole. Just watch what I say. Like, I gave you something, just watch when you're watching. Just check it out, man. Gabriel, I like him because he's willing to make a mistake to, you know, rectify something. That's the difference between him and Gabriel. That's why I like Gabriel more. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? If he has to make a mistake, he will do it. But he worries about the mistakes. He can't make a mistake. He can't, basically. Van Dijk makes mistakes. I mean, he's the best defender in the Premier League. He makes mistakes. Rio Ferdinand used to make mistakes. John Terry used to make mistakes. You know what I mean? Steve Bruce, etc. A lot of defenders that were great at their time, Sol Campbell, Tony Adams, they all made mistakes. But he just doesn't want to make mistakes individually. But he needs to like play for the team sometimes, cover the players in their positions. If you see the ball coming here, come this side and help Gabriel out, and Gabriel can switch over to your side. I mean, things like that. He's always there. He never moves from that side. That's what I'm trying to say, people. Switch sometimes, you know what I mean? So you could help each other out. He doesn't do that. So it's just fooling people. That's what I'm saying. He's fooling people. It's like those DMs that just pass side to side and that's it. There's nothing else coming out. Have you ever seen those DMs like they just pass side to side? They can't pass forward. They can't pass, anywhere else. That's what he looks like when I'm watching him. They fool you into them being a great player. But really, they don't do much apart from pass side to side. So there's a lot of work for Saliba to work at, in his career. Listen, he's young, man. He's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go, man. It's going to be good. Once he finds out those things, he's going to be good. Trust me, he's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal, in my opinion, anyway. But this is why I don't really put him up there with the best defenders. You know what I mean? You can't. He just came on the scene. When Van Dijk came to Liverpool, everybody says like he has to win a league title, he has to win this, he has to win that in order for him to be one of the best Premier League defenders of all time. Then he wins all that stuff, and they're still questioning him about it. That's what I'm trying to say, people. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Riverlight says Prime Bobby and Mane is better than Darwin Diaz. As much as I am a big fan of Darwin, I think Darwin will eclipse Bobby, but he needs another year or two. Prime Mane and Prime Bobby is difficult. It's difficult to replicate. You know what I mean? It's very hard. It's very hard because Mane and Bobby were special. You know what I mean? They were willing to sacrifice their position, their individual quality for the team. That's the difference between these guys. And don't get me wrong, Darwin and Diaz, they are doing that. But like I said yesterday about Diaz, the issues he's having is like if he doesn't create goals and if he doesn't score goals, what's the use for him? There's no use. I mean, there's no use. And when people are telling me, do you want to sell him? I say, if the right money comes in, who am I to argue? I don't mind that. You know what I mean? Like, we need something different. If you look at those chances the other day against Manchester City, a quality player who's on form would have just slotted that in. You know what I mean? But Diaz does it all the time. And, listen, the right money, I'll take it, man. Just get a decent winger. Something, similar to Salah and Mane. Something, close to that. But on the left side. That's what we need. That is what we need, man. No Premier League games tonight. Championship, League 1 and 2 tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, sir. 100%, man. 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, different players though. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You're right, brother. Diaz dad is a ghetto. LOL, just saying anything. Yeah, he's bro. He's like I said, Hollywood. He had a life-changing experience. So just give him time, man. Give him time. You know what I mean? Like, he will understand how big Liverpool is. He will understand eventually. You'll understand. Yes, big up John Conway as always. Thanks for the support as always, brother. Thanks for the support as always. Hang on, don't know what's going on with my thing. Arteta has spent 600 million since 2019. Since 2013-14, Arsenal are second in net spend behind Man United, more than Chelsea and Man City. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Big up Tony, by the way. Bless, bro. Big up JK as always, man. Always supportive. Thank you, brother. Always. Yes, H is a legend in the Twitter X. Very nice guy, people. Follow him on there, man. Very nice guy. 100%. Andy Robertson is playing for Scotland. Andy Robertson is playing for Scotland. Injury again. Andy, like I said, he's an experienced player, brother. He's an experienced player. He needs to wake up, man, to reality. You know what I mean? We knew he's not fit yet, and yet he went to international football to play for Scotland. We knew he wasn't fit. you're going for friendlies. You've already qualified for the Euros, and you're coming back from injury. You're not even starting for Liverpool on a regular basis as well. So why are you going out to play for, Scotland? It doesn't make any sense, bro. So I'll blame him as well. It's not just the Scotland team. You have to blame him. Yes, Hamza, big up, brother. You have to blame him as well, bro. It's not just Scotland we have to blame. I mean, him, like, as a senior player, as the captain of Scotland, he should tell them, like, if you want me to play in the Euros, you got to take me out of games like this because I need to get fit for Liverpool first. Then I could go to the international football and play for you guys. You know what I mean? I don't understand this. 10 games to go, we're playing international football. Why? Why are we playing international football? It's crazy. It's madness, man. I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. We don't need that. This, it's the important part of the season. Why are we playing international football? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense, man. It's nonsense. Nonsense. Yeah, so like I said, people, whatever I put on there, I have done, you know what I mean, which is the tactics. And I told you about Man City and what they do. I told you about Arsenal and what they do, how they win their games. It's just about, analyzing games. That's what it is. And I don't think a lot of teams do that. I don't think a lot of teams analyze games. Hang on. Revenant says, don't know if you saw this Fuzzy breaking. Reports suggest LFC is finalizing deal to bring Xabi Alonso back behind the scenes. Credit to Honesty. Honesty saw this on another show. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if a breaking news comes through. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring it to you guys, bro. I'm gonna bring it to you guys, bro. 100%, bro. 100%. I'll bring it to you guys. I hope it's true because I want Xabi Alonso as a Liverpool manager. I said it. A lot of people tried to convince me about it, and then they made me think. What Liverpool needs is a person that knows the club, that knows everything about Liverpool, that's been here before as well. And can manage this. It's not just Liverpool, like I always say. It's not just managing the football club. It's managing the city as well. You have to manage the city too. It's too, you have to get all that together. The fans, the city, everything. You have to be, strong enough to do it. And I really hope Xabi Alonso comes to Liverpool because he knows us, we know him, and that's the most important thing. Once a red, always a red, as he says. So I really hope, Revenant. I really, really hope. Fozzy, I'm always available to come on and hit me up. Yeah, tomorrow, bro. I'll hit you up tomorrow. I'll do the 2:30 preview show with press conference with Jurgen Klopp. We'll do something like that, bro. 100%, bro. RP Larry Lloyd, he won the league under Shankly. Yeah, bro, and he won the double with Nottingham Forest as well, the Champions League. Back to back. So yeah, rest in peace. Man, it's hard, when you see ex-players passing away like that. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. No, not that. I'm saying, like, I'm talking about the football terms. About Xabi Alonso, man. I'm stuck on that. I'm really stuck on that. Like, if this is true, Revenant, I'm gonna come with breaking news. The guy will be coming to Liverpool. Can't wait for that. Okay, guys, I'm done. Yeah, I hope I cleared up a lot of things about the two teams on the weekend. Liverpool have to win, man. We've got no choice but to win. So we have to win our game. Where's the league? I don't know. Did I get rid of it? Oh, it's there. There you go. So this is the league. Hopefully, Liverpool will be at the top in the weekend. After the weekend, especially, when the games are finished. I really hope so, because I need my team to go back to the top. I miss being top. I miss being, everybody looking at us. I really miss that. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, Revenant. It's all good, man. It's all good. Like I said, if I hear about it, I'll bring it. But we'll see. Listen, I don't think Xabi Alonso is the type of manager that would make, silly decisions to go to another club because, they want him, to do transition and win the league straight away and things like that. It's kind of strange, if you know what I mean. You broke the mold of Bayern Munich winning every season like the league, and all of a sudden you're gonna join them next season. You know what I mean? Does that compute? You know what I mean? You worked that hard for Leverkusen to be the top team, and all of a sudden you're gonna go to their rivals, who been winning the league on a consistent basis for years and years. Doesn't make any sense. But besides that, Bayern Munich is run by their players, isn't it? Let's be realistic here. No, it's not talk. Sorry about that, people. Accident. Bayern Munich is run by their mafia team, innit? Apologies. No worries, bro. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Bayern Munich is run by their mafia players, isn't it? So with Liverpool, he's got everything set. He's got everything set. We potentially could win the league this season, and you've got everything at your disposal, which is from the youth all the way to the senior teams. We're training in the same ground. You got the analytic team. You got Marco Edwards. Richard Hughes there, and you got the new scat that's come through as well. So everything is set for you at Liverpool Football Club, and not only that, you've got time and patience from the fan base. Liverpool fans are the most patient fans in the world. Every player that's come to Liverpool says that. Even Paul Ince, ex-Man United player, says that. You know what I mean? So if Xabi Alonso doesn't see that, that's his destination, thank you very much. You know what I mean? And you could go, on your way. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna go back and say let's get him if we're desperate. You know what I mean? We need to look elsewhere. When we needed him the most, he didn't come through. David Olstein basically just saying Amarim still under consideration as a candidate for the LFC job, but just more of what we know. Yeah, I know, bro. To me, we need to know the manager, next Liverpool manager, as soon as possible. I'll tell you why. Preseason is not too far away. USA preseason is not too far away, people. And if we haven't got a plan in place for the next manager right now, to take over, then it's going to be a long summer, if you know what I mean. So they need to start working on things. They need to get the manager over the line as soon as possible, in my opinion. Because I'd rather know what the future holds than not know, if you know what I mean. I'd rather know that. And if we don't know, and we're going to be biting our nails, thinking, is he coming, is he not coming, and things like that, it's going to be a long process, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I can't do that, man. They need to work on it straight away, man. How soon would you like to know, Fozzy? Do we want to know before the season ends, or wait for the final fixture to end? Bro, Klopp has he announced he's leaving in January. So, as I said, I don't care when it is. We need to know. We know our manager is leaving, but we need to know his successor as soon as possible. Preseason is not too far, bro. Preseason is not too far, so we need the successor as soon as possible. So I'd rather be prepared for the upcoming season than keep going during the summer and all that stuff, Euros and etc. You know what I mean? Because everybody's fighting for a manager. Man United might be getting a new manager. We don't know. You know what I mean? Chelsea. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of teams, top teams, that want a manager next season. Barcelona, Bayern Munich. I don't want to be fighting with the one. I want our manager to be here right now. You know what I mean? Just this guy announced he's leaving. He gave up. You know what I mean? He's tired. So the next one should be here. So this is what they should be working on. It's crazy. We're just sitting here. Pre-season is upon us very, very soon, and we're competing for a title. But the next manager is not lined up. Nah, man. We need them as soon as possible, in my opinion. Yeah. All right, people. I'm done. Yeah. You can see the leagues there. That's the top three. As a fan, I agree. Get it announced sooner than later. Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm not waiting. As soon as Klopp announced that he's leaving to them back in November, as he said, they should have been looking for a manager, in my opinion, bro. They should have been. The next one should be, ready. You know what I mean? Liverpool Football Club. We can't talk about it like we're a small club, bro. We can't talk about it like we're a small club. We haven't been in this position for years. You know what I mean? In the top position. I don't want to stray from that. I want to be competing in that position for a long, long time. Learn from past mistakes, people. Learn from past mistakes. I keep telling you that. Learn from past mistakes. We've done a lot of mistakes after, the big managers left us, Kenny Dalglish and that. We don't want to go back to that. Learn from it. Come on. 30 years of waiting. No. I'm not waiting for 30 years. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting for 30 years. Nah. Come on, man. We're not that young anymore. Big up, John Conway. Appreciate that, bro. Learn from past mistakes. That's all you have to do. Learn from past mistakes. All right, people. That's me done. I'll be back tomorrow to do the, preview show, press conference with Jurgen Klopp. Then I'm gonna come back at night, and then we're gonna do the real preview show with the panel. So yeah, 2 of them tomorrow. 2 for two. We got 2 for you tomorrow. But do me a favor, please. Like I always say, come to the YouTube channel and subscribe. I love you guys watching us in other social medias. I appreciate that, but I want to make this a regular thing. I already said that. I'm working hard to make this a regular thing for you guys, and as you can see, I am doing what I can. I mean, even it's one club, even like only one club I'm doing, which is my club. I'm still doing streams every day with different things, not the same stuff every single time. That, give me credit for that at least. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bringing you the same thing every day, talking about the same thing and making it boring. It's different things every day. So please, like I said, we're on the road to 2,000, and subscribe to my other channel, UFT. That's going to be coming very, very soon. I want to do that one for other teams, so please subscribe to that one and share it around as well. Yeah, I'm done, people. See you soon. See you tomorrow. Take care. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe like I always say. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.